So some of you have asked how you do this kind of a problem. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at the x's first of all, and then realize that there aren't any y's with this. So in this kind of a problem, you should realize that this is a parabola because there's only one of them that's x squared. So I'm going to move this 40y and this 1 to the other side, so that makes it negative 41 minus y, because I really just minused them from each side. So now on the left side I have 4x squared minus 36x. Well, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide these by 4, or I'm going to factor that 4 out. Okay, so it now looks like this. So now that we've done that, I take half of 9, which is 9 halves. I square it. So this becomes, when I square it, 9 times 9 is 81. And 2 times 2 is 4. So I'm really adding 81 fourths inside the parentheses. But realize I'm really not adding 81 fourths, I'm adding 4 times 81 fourths. So if I were to put those next to each other and multiply it, those 4's go away. So what I'm really doing is adding 81 to the left side. So if I want to keep things in balance, I add 81 over to here. So now that I've done that, I now have this that factors to be 4x minus 9 halves quantity squared equals negative 40y plus 80. So now on the right hand side, I am going to take out a negative 40 because they're each divisible by that, and that makes that turn into a negative 2. So negative times a negative makes a positive 80. So now what I have is 4x minus 9 halves quantity squared equals this. So I'm going to get rid of this times by 4 out here, so I'm going to divide each side by 4. So I have x minus 9 halves quantity squared equals 40 divided by 4 is negative 10, y minus 2. If you remember, y equals x squared is a little parabola that opens upwards. So since this is an x squared, I know it's going to open downwards. And the center is at positive 9 halves. So 3, 4, 5, there's 9 halves, and up 2. Okay? Now, 4 times p equals negative 10, so divide this by 4. And I get that p equals negative 5 halves if I divide each of these by 2. So that makes 5 halves. So that means the focus is down here at 2.5 away, so that's right there. Okay, and negative 10 is the distance from across here. So if I go to the left 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and to the right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I now know how my parabola is going to look. Something like that. There would be a directrix, is what it's called. This is going to be 2.5 up from this, so that's going to be 2, 4.5. So the x is going to be 9 halves, and the y is going to be 9 halves as well. So anyways, this is the dotted line. It's called the directrix here. And if you bring one down the middle, that's the axis of symmetry. So that's x equals 9 halves. So hopefully that helps with that problem, what you're supposed to do with it. That's basically what you do if they have a number in front of them.